I didn't have a script prepared for this one, so it's gonna be... Well, actually, this is the first one I'm doing. I've never had a script prepared. Up here. Hey there, buddy. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, you're gonna knock some stuff over. Yeah, Luce, I can't think of anything today. I'm tired. I had a long day at school. What are you doing? You're gonna knock all my shit down. You're stinky. You're a stinky cat. Hey there, let's hop right into this one. My name's Lucas, and I'm a film major from Michigan. I am a leftist. Probably going to be talking a lot about politics. Maybe don't put power in the hands of billionaires that just want to keep pulling power away from the people. That's not a good idea. Please don't do it. I'm chilling out in my room, and it's like February 18th. So it's a pretty cool day here in the United States of America, generally in that area. I'm having an okay day. I went to school this morning and, did my whole thing. So, I mean, how are you doing? You can't talk to me. You're a camera. I am on Twitter a lot now. I wasn't on Twitter for a while there. I was on Facebook for most of my internet career. I feel like Facebook is such a chill place. There's nobody there trying to go after you about anything. But just recently, I know I have a friend through a hobby of mine, and he's a huge conservative, and he's also extraordinarily out there about it, and he goes on to a whole bunch of different posts and he tries to say stuff about it. Because when you're a conservative, you gotta spread the gospel. Oh my God. He irked me a lot, but then I realized after a while that if I stopped arguing with him and I just sort of reached out and talked to him and asked him how his day was, he would come around to my ideas a little bit more, or at least soften his attacks a little bit. And that was what I was mainly concerned with. I didn't want that dude, poisoning my cute little Facebook thing that I had going on. I was super political about stuff. I'd share like a Bernie Sanders thing like 5 times a day. But I was pretty quaint about it. I didn't get in anybody's face about it. I kind of just reclused myself, secluded. It wasn't until he started attacking me that I started realizing, hey, you know what, maybe I could actually brave whatever the fuck is going on Twitter. And I don't even remember really what was the driving motivating factor. I think I always had a Twitter account, so I just went to Twitter and I was just like, okay, I've had this account for so long, I should probably just go on it and post about political stuff. That I'm not going out, I'm not doing phone banking, I'm not going to canvass for Bernie, so... I'm not going to go out, I'm not going to canvass for Bernie, so, the next best thing that I could do is Twitter politics. And, oh boy, it's been pretty successful so far. I've got about 300 followers right now, and I started doing the political posting 3 weeks ago, I'm pretty sure. So about 100 people follow me per week, and if I can keep that up, I'm pretty sure that I can get to a pretty decent amount of followers pretty soon. And I don't have a set source of income. Oh, productivity. So far this year has been my year of focusing on productivity, and I'm not productive at all. I'm super unproductive. Come on up here. Yeah. I'm super unproductive, and I don't really do a whole lot. I don't really clean my dishes. I don't really, put any of my clothes away. I don't really wash them all that often, so they pile up in my laundry basket. I am not a super with it guy when it comes to doing stuff. Ugh, stop farting. God, your farts are rancid. You have bad poops. I've been focusing on productivity this year, and I think that so far it hasn't really done a whole lot, but it's kept me afloat, at least. I think that productivity is something that I'm getting better at. I'm going to therapy for it a lot. And it turns out that a lot of how I viewed myself and how I thought my friends viewed me influenced and impacted the amount of work that I was willing to put into my life. I didn't really feel like a whole lot of things were worth it. That's just how it was. My life has been a big series of kind of flops. I just don't really do a whole lot. I put myself up on a pedestal. I say, I'm going to do some great things. I'm going to go out there and be super productive and have a great life and make a whole lot of good decisions. And then either I second guess myself or I overthink things or I just don't feel like doing anything. And that keeps me tied to the bed. You know, thumbs up and smash that share button if you feel like that at all, any time in your life, if you've ever felt unproductive. Just do all the things.
And in general, a lot of us feel really guilty when we're not being productive. This intense work culture has made us feel like we are only good when we're getting things done.
I've been watching a lot of YouTube too. I'm really into reaction channels. I've thought about doing a reaction channel myself, but I don't know what to react to. So, hey, if you're watching this, please send me reaction stuff. I want to react to things. I have a whole bunch of hobbies and interests. I have a bamboo pad that I use to draw stuff on. Not really. I hardly ever use this. I do like doing art, but I'm more of a pad and pencil kind of guy. I've wanted to get a Microsoft Surface Book 2? Yeah. I wanted to get a Microsoft Surface Book 2, but I never really had enough money for it, and plus they kind of have problems anyway. There's probably a better 2-in-1 laptop out there right now with a better pen than the Surface Book 2. And yeah, so hopefully at some point in my future I'll be able to get one of those. That way I can make more art and do more drawings. I definitely want to get to a point where I'm productive enough. To actually make drawings for commission, and I'm actually a good enough artist to do so reliably well. My other hobbies include reading, although I don't really read many of these books. I am interested in them, like The Catcher in the Rye. I read a couple of parts of this. Oh my gosh, I'm a klutz. But The Catcher in the Rye, I've been reading this a little bit, and The Catcher in the Rye is a pretty interesting book. I mean, it's mostly about a deadbeat so far. I'm only like a chapter in, and he really doesn't want to do anything and doesn't want to be anywhere, which, fucking same. I think that's the appeal of this book. And then there's Anna Karenina, which I really want to read. That sounds like it's going to be a really good book. Leo Tolstoy. I think that Leo Tolstoy was an anarchist, but don't quote me on that. But that's the reason that I'm so interested in it. I looked up famous anarchist writers, and I was like, okay, Tolstoy, Anna Karenina is his most famous work. Going for it. I haven't read it yet, though, so, true lazy boy fashion. And I've got, a little poem book right here. It's called Letters to a Young Poet. And it was when I went to Barnes & Noble and was like, hey, yo, I'm going to get some artsy books. And I've read a few of these. And most of them are basically like going to a poetry kind of class and having people tell you just got to write poetry. Like, I remember listening to a Stephen King How to Write audiobook. And Stephen King was literally just like, I mean, there's no secret, you just gotta write. And then I'm pretty sure there was a part where he talked about grammar and whatnot, but I didn't listen to it because I'm not a very listening kind of person. And I like John Green, so I've got his book Looking for Alaska right here. And I watched so much John Green that I know that this isn't even... That's not candle smoke, that's cigarette smoke, which is not something that John Green's happy with. So, freaking stay curious and don't forget to be awesome, of course. Oh, I've also been an avid DS player. I don't even have a game in this right now, and that's the charger that I've been dropping right here, part of my 3DS. But I'm a big Animal Crossing fan. I just like Animal Crossing. It's a super chill game. I've recently seen a couple of Animal Crossing vids on YouTube, and I think they're all pretty dope AF. Like there was one, I can't remember who it was, but I'll link it when I find it. It's like Animal Crossing and depression, and it talks about the relationship between those two. Thought that was spicy and good and yum. I'm a great improviser. I got this book, and it's like America, the history of America. It's called 200 Years. I haven't read it yet, but like the cover art for this. This is like locked into this. The cover art for this is pretty dopey dope. You know, it's just like a one really old painting of the founding fathers in a room. Drafting, I'm pretty sure that's the Constitution. Yep. They were basically already dooming America 200 years ago. Oh yeah, big hobby. It's coming up because it's winter right now. Hopefully in the spring I'll actually be able to plant seeds and garden. I have a couple of pictures of my garden from last summer. Probably put them up here and here and here and whatever. But I really like to garden. I'm not very good at it. As you can see, my book about gardening is right here. I probably should have pointed that out too. But my garden was not so great. It overgrew, a lot of fungus, wasted a ton of food. I'm probably not going to do that this year. And if I get a larger enough amount of support, maybe I'll actually seek advice and listen to advice over Twitter. Maybe, maybe not. I don't really listen to advice in real life, so don't count on it. But I'm hoping. I'm hoping so much. Yeah, I'm dealing with a whole lot of stuff. And yeah, I'm active on Twitter, so hit me up. Yeah,